Today's project is going to use some bright and cheery colors. It is cold outside, so it's a perfect day to sew. I am going to put together some 4-patch blocks to go with these larger blocks over here to make a baby quilt. And I'm going to get a little ladybug stuffed animal to go with it. What I have are 5.5-inch squares. I have 24 white, I have 12 red, and I have 12 of the ladybug yellow. Those are all 5.5 by 5.5. My larger squares are 10.5 by 10.5. I got this idea from a package that I saw at a quilt shop. And so I thought I'll just put together my own pieces and make my own. Today, to make the 4-patch, I'm going to take the yellows and put them right sides together with my whites. I'm going to do the same thing with the reds. And then I'm going to do my 1/4-inch seam allowance. So right down the sides here. And then when they open up, I will be able to then put those together, matching up my seams, put those together going this way. And that will create the 4-patch. And I'll sew 1/4-inch that way. That will create the 4-patch that will alternate between the larger squares. So let's get sewing. So I'm warming up my threads and I'm pressing it back to the darker color. So the seam will be behind the darker color. So we're going to get them all done. I already have the red done. Right, I want to show you a close-up of lining my seams up and how I'm going to pin them. We have the pins over here. All right, so they should nest in there, my seams. I kind of want them lining up, and what I do is I like to look at it there and make sure that part is lining up in there, and that's what I'm going to pin on both sides of that seam with a pin. Just do the one side right now, and that holds it. Then I will try to line up my edge. Okay, so I'm going to pull that down here. But my most important part is that seam. I want that to be really nice there. And then I'll just line these up down along that edge. Pin it. I'm going to get them all pinned, and then I'm going to sew at 1/4 inch seam allowance down the pin side. So that's one. I'm pressing them open because it will even it up. It won't be like one big bump if I use the quilting machine. All right, so it's going to be red, 4-patch, yellow, 4-patch, and you notice I have the red next to that. And then it will be a red. And then the next row is going to start with a 4-patch, and that is going to start with a ladybug up against the red. And then we're going to do the ladybug block, which I have here. And then we'll do a 4-patch again. Reds will be together, and then we'll do a red, and then a 4-patch again, ladybug up. So the ladybugs. To sew these, I am going to pick them up in rows, and I am going to start with one end, and then I'm going to stack. That'll be my first row. And I'm actually going to put a pin in on this side, or I'm going to clip the side that I'm going to be sewing. So after I get this one done, I'll line them up better. When I open it up, I will then take that and clip it to this end here. And we'll work our way around, and I'll clip that and do that. So just to keep myself organized and going. So that's going to be my first row. My second row, all right, I'm going to get my first set done, and then I'll finish doing all the sets. So line up your corner. If you want to use pins, you can use pins. I have some pins here, so I'm just going to kind of put one in. Pins keep them from slipping. It's a great idea to use. Right, get them all laid out. See that they're all lined up correctly. These go yellow, red, red, yellow, yellow, red, red, yellow. They alternate in twos. Okay, your whites all come down like that. So just double check that your pattern looks good on that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each one over to the ironing board and press the seams. I'm going to press them towards the big squares away from the 9 patch. Take each one over and lay it back down in the right place. All right, everything's been pressed. I've pressed the 4 patches away, so they kind of line up. They're behind the bigger squares here. That way everything will nest. So I'm going to kind of pair some of them up and match up my seams just like we did with the 4 patches. We want to have nice points there. All right, so this one's going to go with this. I'll use my pins to hold them in place because I don't want them slipping. And then I'm going to turn this one with this for now. I'll get them pinned up.